evening. 3 rounds of fighting in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a boxer and a street fighter. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 240 pounds, 17.1 stone. Fighting out of Toronto, Canada, Ryan the Prototype Alvarez. And now, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a wrestler and a kickboxer. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 240 pounds, 17.1 stone. Fighting out of San Jose, California, Cain Velasquez. And when the action begins, come on, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 12 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, Ryan the Prototype Alvarez.
All right, I've got the winner here. Congratulations. Why don't we take a look up at the monitors here for some of the action? Your man spent several shots here and caused the referee to jump in and put a stop to the contest. Give us your thoughts on the finish.
I saw his eyes roll back and I knew I had to jump in and finish him fast. I knew that if I gave him time, he'd recover. He's got a lot of heart and he'd just keep coming.
Coming into this fight, did the fact that you came out on top in your previous fight help boost your confidence at all?
I was totally prepared for this fight. You know, winning my last fight helped with that. I knew if I wasn't prepared mentally tonight, it would have been a short night for me.
Many people believe that after your win here tonight, you are now in the top contender spot to fight for the championship. Is that something you're ready for?
I have nothing but respect for the champ, Joe. And if I've earned a shot at his title, I'd be honored to take it. We'll have to wait and see what the UFC wants to do next.
Well, you look fantastic here tonight, and we can't wait to... Hold on a second. I think we're going to have a special announcement. Here's Dana.
Thanks, Joe. Well, I said it in the past that the winner of this fight would probably fall into the #1 contender spot. With the victory here tonight, you are now the #1 contender, and you've earned the right to face the champion next. Congratulations.
Heavyweight Championship of the world. First up to the scale is the challenger. Next to the scale is the defending champion. $240 for the champion. All right, this is it. The main event of the evening. Guarantee you this will be a war, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And now, live from General Motors Place in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, it's time! 5 rounds for the UFC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a boxer and a street fighter. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 240 pounds. Fighting out of Toronto, Canada, Ryan the Prototype Alvarez. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 240 pounds. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. He is the only man to ever hold Pride and UFC Heavyweight Championship titles. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the reigning, defending UFC Heavyweight Champion of the world, Antonio Rodrigo Minotauro Nogueira. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of this contest is Dan Murgliata.
All right, guys, this is for the UFC Championship. I want a nice, clean fight. I want you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, come on out fighting. Back to your corners. Let's go, guys, fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Murgliata has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 4 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout, and now, the new UFC Heavyweight Champion of the world, Ryan the Prototype Alvarez.
I'm here with the new champion. What a fight! Let's take a look up at the monitors. We're gonna see the knockout here. Talk us through it.
Well, to be honest, I wasn't sure if I'd be able to knock this guy out, Joe. He's a tough fighter. You know, it really could have gone either way tonight.
Now, in your last fight, you came out on top and had a very impressive showing. Did that give you an extra level of confidence coming in here tonight?
I was totally prepared for this fight. You know, winning my last fight helped with that. I knew if I wasn't prepared mentally tonight, it would have been a short night for me.
Now that you sit at the top of the division, what message does that send to the rest of the guys coming for that belt?
Well, there's so many great fighters in this division. On any given night, any one of them can be dangerous. I'm going to have to work extra hard if I want to hold on to this belt.
Well, it was a very entertaining fight, and we look forward to seeing you again. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. the scale, the challenger. 230 for the challenger. Next up on the scale is the champion. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the main event of the evening. It's going to be an awesome
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliata has called a stop to this contest at 47 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by TKO and still the UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Ryan the Prototype Alvarez.
All right, I'm here with the winner and still champion. Let's take a look at some of your handiwork during the fight. Here we see the end of the fight. You got into a position where you were landing several unanswered shots. Was this how you wanted to finish this fight?
Once I saw an opening, pull me off. You know, against a tough opponent like him, you got to take every opportunity he gives you.
Coming into this fight, did the fact that you came out on top in your previous fight help boost your confidence at all?
Yeah, you know, I knew this was going to be another tough fight. There's so many talented guys in the division. Each fight is going to be harder than the next.
Another dominant performance from our champion. Is there anyone in this division that can take that title away from you?
Everyone is a threat when you get to this level of competition. You know, each time I defend this belt, the guy across from me knows what opportunity lies ahead of him, and he'll do everything he can to win. I gotta be ready for that.
Well, again, awesome performance here tonight, and we can't wait to see your next fight. Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen.